Welcome everyone, I'm Dale and this is Cinema Historia. A very broke gentleman, a motor race filled with spectators, and a hole in the fence. This week we're going back to 1914 for a comedy silent film called Gentlemen of Nerve, starring Charlie Chaplin, Mabel Normand, Chester Conklin, and Max Swain. And this is directed by Charlie Chaplin. Our story this week is set at an automobile racetrack where crowds of people are gathering to watch the excitement. Mabel, played by Mabel Normand, and her beau Mr. Walrus, played by Chester Conklin, is skittish with Mabel under his protection. Mabel and her beau, wanting to go to the auto race, show up at the ticket office to obtain 2 passes. Stumbling to find his money, Mr. Walrus gets upset with Ambrose, played by Max Swain, a large man who begins flirting with Mabel. Once through the gate, Mabel and Mr. Walrus grab a seat as the racers are lined up, changing tires before driving the course. The race begins. Meanwhile, a flirty woman gives Mr. Walrus a wink and starts making advancements. A suspecting Mabel gets upset, kicks the flirty woman in the leg, and demands they find a seat elsewhere. Mr. Wow Wow, a disturbing influence played by Charlie Chaplin, shows up at the ticket office and meets Ambrose, both penniless and both trying to attend the race. Working together, they find a hole in the wooden fence, giving them a new opportunity if unnoticed. As Mr. Wow Wow's friend is attempting to enter the raceway through the hole, the friend gets stuck. Mr. Wow Wow takes advantage of the situation and slips through between Ambrose's legs just as a policeman shows up. Being offered a soda, Mr. Wow Wow pulls Ambrose through the fence, hence dousing the officer with a spray of soda. Still looking for a seat, Mr. Walrus picks a fight with Mr. Wow Wow as Mabel comes to the rescue. Having had enough, Mabel and Mr. Walrus are left with the only seat available, the one beside the flirty woman. A furious Mabel leaves once again, this time by herself, only to find a new seat, sit on Mr. Wow Wow's hat and cause a disturbance on the track. So, does the flirty woman end up with Mr. Walrus? Does Mr. Wow 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 Mabel? Or does an upset policeman send Ambrose and Mr. Walrus to the clink? Released October 29th, 1914, this is one of 36 films Charlie Chaplin made for Keystone Studios that same year. These were short 1 or 2 reel comedies, typically lasting between 5 and 30 minutes. He joined S&A Film Manufacturing Company in November of that year and made an additional 15 films for them in 1915. Motion Picture News commented, "It is just the type of film that audiences have grown to appreciate with great gusto. Charlie, Chester, and Mabel attend an auto race. Results as laughable as were ever pictured." And that it is. And I did another Charlie Chaplin film on my channel, A Dog's Life from 1918. Please click the link below. And our trivia question this week, did director Charlie Chaplin film somewhere to take advantage of a special event? Did director Charlie Chaplin film somewhere to take advantage of a special event? So a little more history and the answer to our trivia question coming up next. For history this week, I found a vehicle from 1914, Canada's first storage gas electric, the 1914 Galt gas electric car, making the 1914 Galt the subject of this week's history. So the story of Canada's first hybrid begins in 1914 with the failure of Canadian Motors Limited of Galt, Ontario, now known as Cambridge, Ontario. In 1909, the factory and a few remaining cars were bought by Moffat St. Clair and Eddie Fleming, 2 electricians who ran a power generator company. Making plans to try their hands at a hybrid car, they sold off 10 remaining Canadian Motors cars for seed money. In August 1914, they announced the launch, under the umbrella of their new Galt Motor Company, of Canada's first storage gas electric, a hybrid in the style of Porsche. The engine, which could run on gasoline or kerosene, was an inline 2-cylinder 125 cubic inch engine producing 10 horsepower. The engine was coupled directly to a Westinghouse 40 volt 9 amp generator, which in turn was connected directly to the differential. Extra power produced by the generator is stored in batteries found beneath the floor. The Galt could travel a distance of 15 to 20 miles on a single battery charge, virtually eliminating the risk of being stranded due to a lack of gasoline. The Galt was easy to operate due to no transmission. A single lever provided 5 speeds forward and 3 in reverse. Weighing in at 2,900 pounds and a 118-inch wheelbase, the Galt had a top speed of 48 kilometers an hour. Fleming and St. Clair had no local support and little money for advertising, ending up only building 2 Galts, one being badly damaged in a crash and eventually returned. They continued their generator business, but largely abandoned the car, tinkering with it in 1927, even made several tours of New York and Chicago, but failed to produce any interest. While it offered excellent fuel economy, it was slow, heavy, and too complicated for mass production. This Galt has its original chassis and drivetrain. Its body upgraded a 3rd time in 1941 and was a daily driver until 1946. This 1914 Galt gas-electric car is the only surviving example of the 2 built, and it comes courtesy of the Canadian Automotive Museum in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And a big thank you goes out to them for allowing me to take these photos. And the answer to our trivia question this week: did director Charlie Chaplin film somewhere to take advantage of a special event? He certainly did. Yes, this comedy was partly filmed at Ascot Park Speedway to take advantage of the Burt Dingley Special Exhibition Benefit Race. Burt Dingley earned a national recognition as early as 1905 as a member of the Pope Toledo team by defeating all rivals for the right to represent the United States in the 2nd Vanderbilt Cup race. Over the next 8 years, he compiled an enviable record until he suffered serious injuries in a 1914 race at Tacoma, Washington. He relocated to Indianapolis after retiring from competition and became vice president of the Stutz Motor Company. Pretty cool cars. I wish I could find a Stutz Bearcat. That would be cool. I'd like to give a big thank you to my viewers and subscribers, and we'll see you soon.